To go back to the magical land of Santa Cruz.
We are moving from Oakland to Santa Cruz because we don't feel like this is a safe place for our family anymore, and we would rather be by the fresh air and ocean.
I'd move anywhere at this point. The ocean appeals to me, so that's good.
So, been exploring the idea of getting different needs met through different people.
Melinda has recently had an interest in another man.
And been exploring with a friend of having someone that I could talk to about different things that maybe John or Dani isn't very excited about, like Chinese astrology and philosophy and things like that.
He wants to come over and discuss our relationship and feelings for each other, and apparently they've been talking for a few months about the potential of them being together romantically and feelings they've had for each other, but she has never shared that with me.
It was our first time actually having a potential partner, outside partner, come and meet with us.
So he came over at like 8 o'clock the next day in the morning, and it was a really weird situation to be thrown in, as being in like an open communication polyamorous relationship, but having that not being practiced, and then you being expected to like deal with emotions and feelings and stuff on the spot.
I had mixed emotions about the experience with this new potential partner for Melinda. One, I really am open. At this point, I feel so open to my partners having other partners, as long as it all feels good for everyone and it works out really well. So I'm very open about it, but part of me was also a little bit frustrated because I've been wanting to have another partner, and it hasn't been okay until very recently, when Melinda found somebody. And so I got a little frustrated about, why is it okay now, but it wasn't okay for me.
So I think it was a great experience, but not a good example of how things should be gone about or practiced. It was just, I felt a lot of anger and like distrust, and it was just kind of crappy experience for me.
I think that was really challenging for everyone because it was the first time doing it, and it also is confusing as to, are we now open to other partners, and what does that mean for John? What does that mean for me?
I've come to the realization that I don't necessarily need a sexual relationship to explore as much as just maybe getting my mind stimulated in different ways.
It's raised a lot of questions, and it's made us look at a lot of things and talk about boundaries.
I think it puts in perspective for me the idea of Dani having an outside lover, because of my interest with someone else. It makes me more confident that she isn't going to just disappear, and makes me realize that it's really challenging to try to get all your needs met with just one partner or even two partners.
I have consistently wanted to have an outside partner because I feel as though I have needs to be with a woman, sexually and emotionally, and Melinda and I are extremely amazing life partners, but we don't have a lot of strong sexual chemistry that comes naturally. We really have to work at it, and even then it doesn't always work. And so I really miss having that chemistry with a woman and making love with a woman, and I really enjoyed making love with John. That's been amazing, and we've been really going deep with that, but I still a lot of times feel like I'm missing that part.
I have no reservations to them seeking other people or having somebody on the side. I just don't want to find out about it 2 months after it's been existing. It's just like deceitful. It makes you feel angry. It makes you feel not included. It makes you wonder if they feel comfortable around you, or if you're allowing a safe space for them to be honest with you. And so I have no problem with polyamory or sharing or jealousy, or that's all fine, but if it's presented in a way that's negative from the beginning, then I'm gonna have negative associations with that person. Okay, I think the romance is really great and high, and everybody's really in love with each other right now. Sex is a super hard topic to judge when you have children, because it's like you have no control over it, and opportunity is more of the lack than anything. And so I think we would all love to have more sex. I don't know that that's possible, because there's 2 babies and it's really uncomfortable to ask someone to watch both the kids while you go have sex.
Always is going up and down. It's been really powerful to have 3 of us so that we can kind of trade off when necessary, but that leaves Melinda and I usually out of our opportunity to have sex with each other, because usually one of us is with the kids if the other 2 are off. Also, we've come across this realization that one John is almost not enough anymore, because he's the only sexual partner that is pretty much being shared between, like, Melinda and I really aren't having sex very often at all, hardly ever. So all of the sex is going to, which is being shared with John.
He really gets the whole pie, or what we're considering nowadays, he gets, 2 cookies, whereas we get half a cookie.
Usually it'll be like a trade-off scene, John and me trade off Melinda and John, but Melinda and I have to split one person experience. So we have like a first shift and a second shift, which is nice because we all get to experience John, but at the same time you don't get to have that full experience of lovemaking from start to finish.
And so now we're talking about setting up a system so that we each get a full cookie, and then, like, I don't know, and hopefully Dani and I to make more love so that we can share more together with that. So sex has been always a bit of a challenge, but we're always working together to improve and make things work better.
Finances, in terms of money, it's going great. Yeah, it's good. It's summertime. We're busy. That's the way it is.
Finances have dramatically merged, and it feels really great because every purchase, it's a family decision, and we don't have to be worried about separation all the time. It's just what's mine is yours, and let's try to conserve as much as possible and be a family unit with finances.
Before having babies, it was very separated as far as Melinda and I had our own financial situation, and John had his financial situation, and we were kind of like paying each other back for purchases, and it was really confusing and weird. I don't like that separation within a partnership personally, but now that we have kids, all of our expenditures are so entwined that we really don't even worry about it anymore. It's just very fluid. And really, John's the only one making a significant amount of money. I'm not making any money because I'm doing the mommy thing, and Melinda's going to school, and so she's not making very much money too. So John's really being the financial provider. So he really has no choice but to dish out the money.
I mean, I think we found a balance. We still aren't sharing our finances, but I'm just generous enough with them that it's like it doesn't have a problem. There's no like issue there.
I think the changes are going to be big for our family in terms of both of us being in school full time and John taking more on the parenting side of things. I think it'll be really healthy for our family in terms of balancing, and I'm just really grateful that we're choosing to be in Santa Cruz for this next transition.
For me, I'm going from being with the kids every day, all day, sometimes alone and sometimes with others, to being a full-time student, which is going to be very exciting. I'm a little bit nervous about it because I'm worried I'm going to miss the kids. But yeah, I'm 3 days a week, full-time, intensive interpreter and sign language program. So